sweet. 10 minutes in, that's not too bad. You know, it's just that warm-up time. It's the time where we hang out and we talk about our week before we go live. And heartless bitches everywhere. I mean, I don't know. It's fine. Everything's fine. I mean, like, whenever people are afraid of needles and they freak out, right? You know that they're having themselves a good old laugh about it, right? Just don't do it while I'm there. Wait until I'm gone. And no, it's literally fucking hell. My eyes tear up. My brain feels like I'm gonna sneeze out of my ear. Yeah, I know, dude. It's terrible. And I mean, I wasn't like screaming. I wasn't like, ah! You know, I was just writhing. You know, but it's not like I was writhing in pain. I was writhing in uncomfort. It was like uncontrollable. I'm in my car, so I'm just like pushing off the steering wheel, pushing my head into the back as hard as I could. That way I don't move. And then I'm kicking my feet. Just doing a good old fashioned stompy stomp, you know? Good old fashioned stomping. All right, what do we got here? So I'm messing around with the Unreal Engine thing while you guys are just looking at my pretty face whenever we get things set up. I'm checking out what's on sale real quick. See if they got anything new going on. Free for the month. Has the month changed? Month hasn't changed? All right, that's fine. Yeah, there's no pain. Oh, well, there's pain a little bit. It burns a little bit. But it is super discomfort. Yeah. In a place you didn't even know had feeling. Yeah. Like, I mean, it hurts a little. But it's not that bad. It's pretty small. I would say that there's some pain involved, but it's pretty small. Because it burns. Like it's got like a, I don't know. It's like if you poured water up your nose, you know, like you get a little burn sensation. Like if you go upside down in a pool, you know, you get a little bit of a burn. It's not bad. It's just unpleasant. You know, that's actually pretty. I feel like that's pretty accurate actually. It's like hanging upside down in a pool. Sucks, and you don't like it. All right, let's open up the game. Let's get that launched up. Let's go ahead and flop it over here. Buttons. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty accurate to what it's like. It's like hanging upside down in a pool. All right, so we got that set up. We got this. Close that. Get that over there. That's live. That's there. I'm actually pretty excited about this. I just saw this. So see, I got 2 game dev TV courses up here. This is the one that we're on. This is the VR one. We got this last little section here for climbing. So I kind of want to go through this. It's about like 90 minutes of videos. So maybe we can get through it tonight. I don't know. We don't normally get through 90 minutes of videos in a single sitting, but maybe if we focus on it. But I can't focus. This is something I'm pretty excited about. So, get the hell out of here. I'm talking. I don't want to work yet. So, I mean, there's not even an image up here, right? Like, they're in the process of redoing their Unreal Engine 4 C++ developer tutorial. They're in the process of redoing that for Unreal Engine 5. And so this warehouse wreckage thing, I think it's just going over basically the Unreal Engine 5 interface, which is awesome because I don't understand the Unreal Engine 5 interface. As you've seen a few times, I've struggled to find stuff. So pretty excited about that. But you know what? Hey, let's watch this. Let's watch this introduction real quick.
Hello and welcome to the warehouse wreckage section.
Oh, it doesn't show what it is.
In this section, we're going to be focusing
right
on building a game based on physics, and the aim of this game is to cause as much destruction as we possibly can by launching projectiles, a limited number of projectiles, at the objects in our scene. And when we run out of projectiles, we can reload the scene and try again. So how can we
That
go
sounds
about
awesome.
creating a project that looks like this? What is the outline of the lectures we're going to go
The
through
quality
in this
is
section?
pretty good here.
Well, first off, we're going to be looking
Like
at
having
playing
him
with
and
physics, so enabling physics in Unreal and
the
just
slideshow.
letting go and having fun. We're also going to be looking at how we can spawn projectiles in our scene, so how we can spawn in different objects so that stuff can be added at runtime. We're going to look at aiming our projectiles, so looking around in the world and firing off. And
But
then we're
we
going to
want
be
it in the
looking at how
VR
we
one,
can
we'd
do
want you to
some
throw
level
it.
building, some scene creation with various tools inside of Unreal, one in particular named BSP. And we're going to bring in
But do we
some
even actually want to
assets
try to
make
do
it
this in the
look
VR
really
one?
good. We're also going to look at that mechanic of limiting the ammo and keeping count of how much ammo is left, as well as displaying that to the player. And finally, we're going to look at how we can reload levels.
So a lot of stuff going
I'm really
on.
looking forward to this section. It's going to be a
lot of
great
stuff
start.
for that one.
Let's dive in.
Pretty excited about that. I just think so. Yeah, Lost Ark had a bad launch day, as all. Well, I mean, it's not even just MMOs. It's any game with multiplayer. Their launch days are always rough because everybody is playing it. It's like when you're playing Satisfactory and you turn on the factories for the first time, everything fires at once, and so you need enough power or else it shuts right back off. But then once it stabilizes, it goes down. Took antibiotics, so you're gonna pass out early. Yeah, it makes sense. If you fall asleep, you fall asleep. They basically saw how many people were going to be playing day one and just said, nope, not doing that, and delayed the launch for like 5 hours while they just slammed new servers out. So they got ahead of the problem, but not soon enough. Yeah, it makes sense. You know, the thing that surprises me, there's technology. There's this wonderful, wonderful technology called AWS. It's existed for a while, and it's Amazon-based. And what it does, and I mean, it's expensive. I can see why somebody wouldn't want to pay for this, but it like dynamically creates servers for you. So, if we think about it from Tarkov, because we all understand Tarkov, we got 10 players. You only need one server, because all 10 players will go into the single match. But then if you had 15 players, it would automatically spin up a second server for the extra 5. Like, you don't have to do anything. And so, I mean, some people don't use that because they don't want to, because it charges more, like, the more people you have. Like, maybe the first 100 servers are free, and then, you know, like, it just gets more and more expensive as you get more and more servers going. So, but you can limit it. Anyways, I can see why some people wouldn't want to use this necessarily. What I don't get is why New Worlds didn't use this. New Worlds was made by Amazon, and this is Amazon tech to automatically make new servers. New Worlds shouldn't have had problems with launch day. That's all I'm saying.
And that's one of the reasons why I can churn stuff out, is because I don't have a problem with
I waited to get a hold of my doctor for over a week. Do not be like me.
that I heard.
I don't know if they would work for an MMO where the servers are pretty permanent. Yeah, it definitely does. The servers, whenever you join a server named like Azeroth or whatever, there's not one server that you're on. You're on a bajillion servers that are all loading within the world. Like New Worlds has like a 2,000 player limit per server. There's not one server hosting all 2,000 players. Lost Ark is also Amazon. Oh, but I didn't know how exactly. I think Amazon just took over for the Western release.
And I very much doubt
That makes sense.
that any of the people that I listen to
Alrighty.
are the ones to think
Let's see what's up with these notes for 422. Did we already look at this? I think we already looked at this one. Yeah, in the following lecture, we will be putting controllers into separate actors. The code in the lecture won't work in 422. You will need to set the owner of the hand controller. Okay, so I think we already did this, because if I remember right, I remember specifically saying, hey, I wanted to do this now in case I forget to do it later. So I think we already got that done. We can double check that though. Let's go ahead and open Visual Studio.
now can steal everything.
Let's get this ball. Oh god. Get this ball on the road. Jesus, that came out of nowhere. I was not anticipating that. I was surprised at how good Lost Ark looked. It has some really good looking graphics.
Melodies.
Hey, see, look at that. I put it in here. All right, cool.
Don't be blatant about it.
Let's fire up these good old-fashioned tutorials and get to kicking some ass. So we got roughly 90 minutes of video here, and plus however many code
Hello and
sections
welcome.
they
In
have.
this lecture, we're
gonna see. We're gonna try.
We're
gonna get through as much as we can.
Pulling out the controller as its own character.
Yeah, it almost makes me want to play it just because I'm a graphics hooker. I'm a graphics slut. I need my games to look pretty, and that game looks pretty, but like, it also just looks like mindless grinding for mindlessness. On UE3, ooh, that's super ancient. That's some ancient tech. Why does it feel like Monday? Well, that's because it is Monday, Plant Lady. I'm sorry, your weekend, you missed it.
Have these controllers floating around the world, attached to the character, but as their own actors. This will allow us going forward the right logic that applies to both controllers without having to repeat it, and it's generally good practice to pull out things that are being repeated or things that are not really belonging in a certain class, like the controllers were starting to not belong. So let's dive in without further ado into this very quick.
Well, if you do
refactor
play it,
and
just imagine the
get
time
our
investment to be like New World.
nicer.
But I'm having much more fun than New World. Dude,
Okay,
all day it's felt like Monday to me.
Going on from this lecture, we want to be implementing climbing. Now, there's going to be a lot of logic in climbing that is the same.
The time investment seems
for both the
significantly more in that
left-hand
game.
controller and the right-hand controller. So what we want to do is minimize the code repetition there. At the moment, we have got these two controller components, and so far we've only even implemented teleporting on one of them, on the right-hand controller, because that was easier than duplicating all the logic and so on and so forth.
And like, the major lure of New Worlds was getting to play, like, I like League of Legends, but like, I like League of Legends. My desire to play the game came from playing WoW Battle Arenas. And I like playing MMO battle arena type things because you don't have to start at level 1 every freaking game. Yes, this does mean that some players have a bit of a stat advantage because they have slightly better gear or whatever, but like, yes, I want that. I want to be able to just poop on kids because I've put 5,000 hours into the game. But, you know, the advantage isn't necessarily that much because a better player generally still kicks your ass anyways. The late game investment, yeah, but the early game investment is about the same, which I view as a positive. Now, so anything that's just pick up flags, like anything that sounds like Assassin's Creed, whenever, like, is just terrible to me. Instant turn off. I have zero desire. It puts me in the negative camp. It could be like a perfect game. It could be like everything I want. Somebody could remake the Splinter Cell's Spies versus Merc thing. Which is like exactly what I want to do, and like somebody could already do it for me. The people who are remaking the Cycle Frontier, the people making Cycle Frontier, which is basically Space Tarkov, if they put in like 10,000 flags across the world, and they're like, if you pick up all these flags, you get a bonus. Instantly, I don't want to play the game. I don't care that everything else about it is perfect. As soon as they do that, I'm like, uninstall, zero desire, don't want to play. It's just a shitty mechanic. Like, suck the soul out of your players. Nobody wants to do it. It's awful.
We had already got a class that represented our controller and our controller logic, and we could do it on both. And that's what we're going to have to do if we want to do climbing. So that is a fundamental concept of do not repeat yourself. And why should we move hand
Be
controls into actors?
dry.
Because
Do not
actors
repeat yourself.
are a great place to combine this logic. We can spawn them at runtime. We can put as much information.
I did miss
on
whatever he
as we
said
want.
at the
They can
start of
have
this.
meshes and subcomponents.
And that seems to be pretty important
generally
for what he's talking about now,
lots of
because I'm kind of
functionality.
lost.
So you could do it as a component, for example. You could derive from the component. That's possible too. Is a legitimate way to want
Oh,
to
like
go.
a hand component?
But I'm going to do it as an actor because then we could even include other components on to our controllers if needs be.
PvP
And
is all
also,
equalized
it
as
was a
far as I know.
great
Everything
way
else for
of
PvE is
dealing
tiny
with
little percentage
overlapping
increases.
and
It's made for
collisions, which we're
Koreans who love that
needing
grind.
as we implement climbing. So that's just a little bit of justification why we're doing a little bit of a refactor at this stage. Now, what we're going to want to do is pull this out into an actor. Basically, we want to move our U-motion controller components into actors. So let me do a little bit of this refactor, at least break the code for you so that you have to go ahead and fix it. I'm sorry, but that's just a little bit of a way to do
That's the
things.
way programming
So
works.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and look for our left controller and right controller U-motion components. And I'm just going to obliterate these for you
Whoa!
and say, basically, I want to get rid of those components. And I'd like you to put them in actors that we spawn at begin play. In fact, let's make that just a little bit more obvious. So I'm just going to do that change I did, because what I want to do is we'll go ahead and create the skeleton of the actor we're going to use. We're going to go to add new, create a new.
Oh, what the hell? He's exited the code and went over here. All right, add new. New. Man, see, this is what I'm talking about. I don't know this interface at all.
C++ class, call it
New C++
derive it from
class.
actor, and I'm going.
What? We gotta do it here, I think. Maybe we gotta have that highlighted. Yeah, you gotta have the C++ classes highlighted in Unreal Engine 5 to add a C++ class. If you do it elsewhere, it's just like defaulting to blueprints instead of asking you.
Going to call it hand controller.
Where are we driving this from?
C++ class, call it derive it from actor,
Drive it from actor.
and
all
I'm
right.
going to call it hand controller. Singular, because it's just going to be one of them. We can go ahead and create that class. Okay, now the build is failing. We would expect the build.
Where the fuck did it put it? I selected private, so I should have put it in this private folder here. Oh, there it goes. What in the hell? Oh my god, no. The header needs to be in the public. Why are all these question marks? What is going on here? Oh no. This is gonna go terribly. I can already tell. Can I just... If I just drag this over, is it gonna fucking break? I do not have high hopes for this. This is how things start breaking. Everything froze for a minute, and then like it made me reload the project, and now there's crazy gang signs being put into the IDE. This is how everything goes to hell. Yeah, PvP is all equalized as far as you know. The thing is, when they equalize stuff, it always messes up. It's never actually equalized. It's just the way it is. That's why I prefer them to not do anything and to just let everybody fight with the stats they have. I mean, that's like New Worlds did the same thing where it equalized everybody to be the same, but it totally wasn't the same. And in some instances, the lower level people had an advantage because it boosted them too much.
Be failing because of the.
I guess what they could do. I wonder why people don't do this. Maybe this is what they do. Oh, it can't be the case. I don't. Why don't they just? If they want to do an equalized system, then I feel like they should just be like, okay, if you're going into PvP, if you're this class, you do this stuff. But the problem is that you have like 10, like you have so many different spec options, so they can't really do that. We can't even do PvP until like level 30, so there isn't much disparity. Well, I mean, difference between like a 30 and a 40 is probably pretty massive.
Changes I made. We can reload from the disk. Save changes to the following files. Yes.
All right, so if we got a hand controller. If we did the KO, all right, cool.
Go ahead and allow us to use this new class that we've got, this hand controller.h. And I'm going to forward declare it, so we're going to be able to have pointers.
Bada bing, bada boom. When I walk in, I'm the king of the room. Right here. All right. A hand controller. Sweet. So we just made a new class, made a controller class, and now we're setting our controllers to be those instead of whatever the hell they were before. What the hell were they before? Instead of being a motion controller component, we're putting it in the wrapper class. So we've got a lot of like logic that's controller related, and we're trying to like centralize that all into one spot instead of having it be within the character. So that's the plan here, I think.
Going to have pointers.
We'll see
to
if
the
we can
hand
do it.
controls. And as I said, I want to be spawning.
Because I'm assuming he's going to ask me to do that.
How we would go about spawning them in begin play. If I can go ahead and find begin play, even it's getting quite a long class. That's another reason to pull things out into separate components and separate actors. So in this begin play, we're going to go ahead and spawn our controllers. So to do that, we need to get the world and you spawn actors in the world. So actor, then spawn actor. And what do we want to spawn? We want to spawn a hand controller type like so. And we're going to set it to the left hand controller. So we'll create a left hand
Trying to figure out how to.
And then we'll just do.
I can import the. I'm trying to figure out how to import the damn thing. That's what I'm trying to do. What's he doing over here? He's over here working. I'm over here not listening to him.
Now, so we've got this hand controller.h.
Let's rewind it.
And I'm going to.
What do you got to say? Now, 30 and 40 really isn't that big of a difference because of the way the level ups work. Your stats are based on your gear, which is its own level, and that goes way up. But I haven't messed with the PvP. It really isn't my thing.
We're going to be able to have pointers instead of to the components. We're going to have pointers to the hand controls. And as I said, I want to be spawning these in begin play. So let me just show you how we would go about spawning them in begin play. If I can go ahead and find begin play even, it's getting quite a long class. That's another reason to pull things out into separate components and separate actors. So in this begin play, we're going to go ahead and spawn our controllers. So to do that, we need to get the world, and you spawn actors in the world. So actor, then spawn actor. And what do we want to spawn? We want to spawn a hand controller type like so. And we're going to set it to the left hand controller. So we'll create a left hand controller like so. And then we'll just do a quick null check if left controller is, if left controller is not null pointer, like so, then we can go ahead and do the next bit, which is going to be to attach it to our current actor. So we're going to do a left controller arrow, and then it's going to be attach to component, like so. Now you notice it's not auto-completing for me, and it's not working 100% because we haven't included our hand controller header. So we'll go up to the top, do a hash include for the hand control.h. That should sort us out.
Yeah, so I'm having issues getting access to the hand controller.h. Oh, no, I'm not.
Begin play again.
Weird. What?
Is my begin play.
Totally wasn't working like 2 seconds ago, I swear. I was up here like digging with this for a good second.
Sort us out with auto completion.
Oh, so I don't think that this is actually going to work because excuse me, we're currently in this private folder and we're trying to access something in this public folder, but maybe it'll work. And I also don't think it's going to work because it's a different color. It's like grayed out a little bit, which means it's not finding any instances that is using it when this should be using it. But I mean, who knows? Maybe it's working, maybe it's not. Surprised that we're not creating a default sub-object. That seems a little weird to me. But we're moving it all down. I don't know. It seems a little odd. We're gonna follow along for now. We're just gonna follow along because I don't have the answers.
And all the lovely jubbly stuff. If I can find my begin play again. Here is my begin play.
Yeah, I would think we would want to put it here with the VR root.
Okie doke. And what do we want to set it?
I mean, that's what we're attached it to over here.
VR root. Just like we've had before with the
components. But we can't use VR root right here.
Except this time it's an actor being attached to the VR root. And then we want to do our F attachment rules, which we've seen before. So attachment transform rules, colon, keep relative transform. So it just is going to be set.
Oh, shit. Yeah, this didn't work before, if I remember right. Maybe it did. I thought this was deprecated. Something was deprecated. I remember that. Yeah, we had to do like this Oh, that was for the tracking source. That's right. That's right. I'm still not 100% convinced. This might be deprecated here. Let's go look at it. No, it looks fine. It doesn't say to not use it. Ooh. All right, cool. Whatever. We can use it.
00. It doesn't really matter because these get updated in place anyway. Now, just one thing to be aware of if you're using 4.22 or greater is that you're going to have to include this extra line as well, where you set the owner or the owner actor to be this actor for both the left controller and the right controller, which we're just about to do. And so that is what the procedure for our left controller. We can go ahead and duplicate that, doing a find and replace of left with right. Like so. So then we've set up,
boom.
We've spawned these actors both to the left and for the right. But as far as refactors go, this one's going to be a fairly straightforward one. You're going to be extracting the controller logic from within the current actor, the current VR character, into our hand controller actors. So,
all right, and this
basically
is
pulling
a
out that
challenge.
motion controller components that we've got in there, and we're going to be putting them into the actor instead, for the hand controller actor, I should say. We're also going to have to create a blueprint child so that we can set up the meshes on those hand controllers, and you're going to have to make sure that you spawn an instance of the blueprint child and not the C++ parent class. So have a think about how you might achieve that. And then you're going to have to fix any build errors that arise during the process, obviously. So we go back to green. We've started at green, we're refactoring, and then we're going to go back to green. It's always the way of doing things. Red, green, refactor. So first of all, if you've got a bug, you fix that, then it's working.
Yeah, the second bullet point here, I don't know how we're going to do.
Working, fundamental. So let's extract the component, the controller. It's up to you. Pause the video and have a go.
All right, pause the video and let's have a go. So anything controller related, we want to pull it out into its own method. That instance, let's just do a search for left controller and see what we find. Oh my. All right, so the teleport is something that we're going to want to move out. That makes sense. That makes sense. Does it? So I was talking earlier in one of the previous streams that I feel like we need a move component. Like, we need a VR move component, I think, to handle movement VR. Because it's a lot different. And it seems like we're kind of doing that with this hand controller. But to me, the teleport isn't something that the hand does itself, right? The hand isn't going to make you teleport. So it doesn't make sense to go in there. I'm really bad at refactoring. So, where is this used? Control F12 maybe? You suck. Alright. Not Control F12. D, Control F. So in the update destination marker is where we're using the find teleport. Alright. Update destination marker. Control C, Control F. Then the tick. So every tick we're updating the destination marker. I mean, we're probably still going to be doing that over here too, aren't we? Probably. Really don't like doing things in tick, but I don't know if there's any other way around it. Alright. Oh, this is... I already see a potential problem with that. So currently the update destination marker only works with the left hand. If we throw it out in the hand controller, it's going to work for both hands. Which, I suppose is a good thing. Yeah, so I'm kind of worried that I'm gonna like just fuck everything up here, trying to like pull things out and move things around. Actually, factually concerned about this. Gonna keep copy and pasting. We moved the update destination marker over, and then this is using the find teleport destination. So then we gotta pull that out too. Start location. Yeah, this is using a reference to the left controller. We could probably actually find this out pretty quick if we remove all references. So like if I comment out this left controller stuff and I come over here and comment out the controllers here as well, then everything that's utilizing the controllers is gonna go all red in the character, and it'll help us identify things that we need to move over, I think. A teleport destination seems like it's gonna be a controller specific thing, right? This isn't something that we're doing in the character. The character doesn't need to find the teleport destination. Ooh, or does it? Because we're gonna need to be able to move ourselves there, right? What do we move over here? Update destination marker? Yeah, that can definitely happen in here. I think what we'll want to do is call the find teleport destination. I think it's something that we're gonna want to reference from here. We're gonna want to be like left hand controller dot find teleport destination, I think. The blinkers, see, the blinkers is a movement related item. This is the thing that makes it come in and put the blinders on our head. And so I really think that this just like needs a movement component, because that's movement related, right? Draw a teleport path. Is this being used anywhere in here now that I've started copying and pasting things? It is not, and I imagine it's referenced over here. What do we got? Draw a teleport path? Yeah, it's up here. It's in our update destination marker. All right, so let's go ahead and take this over as well. All right, so every tick, this is going to be updating the destination marker, which is just pointing where we are. Over here, the tick is not really doing anything. All right, now whenever we pull the trigger, right, we're going to want to begin teleport. And this is going to want to take us to the location. I'm not seeing. So this is just, well, the first one is just doing a fade. Now this is getting the destination marker, and it's going to set us there. So at this point, we'll want to do like left controller get destination marker, I think. And this is also, if we move all of this stuff over into our hands, like I said, both hands are going to be drawing at the same time, which is going to be a little wonky. Is the teleport really the hand's responsibility, though? I think it is. Really think it is. Well, the problem, the hand isn't going to have a reference to the player. It's not going to have a reference to the body. The body's going to have a reference to a hand. So the body is going to have to be the one that initiates the teleport. And then this can call into the hand and get it. So unfortunately, the teleport does belong on the player based on that. Yeah, I think that this is probably pretty close. Yeah, we got the other movement here. So this is all movement related. This fade, kind of movement related. So I'm gonna throw down a section here. We have regions. What is a C++ version of a region? Do they even have anything like that? Version of a region. Let's go. There's region. Maybe we just have access to it. Region test. End region. Maybe this is a Visual Studio thing. Nope. That's mad. It doesn't like it. All right, that's fine. That's fine. We'll just go ahead and throw in some comments here. Section for player input actions. Just because I like sectioning the code, and I would like to put this all in like a module potentially, just because like anytime you can put a comment, it's kind of nice if you can not have a comment by like using classes or something else, using objects in some way. But yep, so we got that there. This is all movement stuff. Update spline. Ooh, probably gonna need to go. I think this is gonna go in here as well. All right. So first up, we got a lot of shit going on here. Can we automatically create the declaration in the controller here? Sweet, we can. Convert return type. What? What? Make any sense? Typo and draw teleport path. I don't think there is. I don't think there's a typo there. Rename to what? That is literally what I have currently named. What are you talking about? You're crazy. When? It's fighting me here. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to generate the stuff over here in the header, because you have to have a declaration in the header for every method that you use. And I'm trying to be lazy about it, but it is not wanting me to do it. It's not wanting me to be lazy. All right. In that case, let's minimize this. Take out this extra spacing here. Take a screenshot of this code that we've got. Bloop. And now we can jump over to the VR character and we can just grab all the stuff and move it over. So we've got an update destination marker. A destination. So right here, it's in a private section. So we're just going to cut this out, jump over here. For sake. Then we've got find teleport destination. Oh, hey, what do you know? It's right next to it. And then we've got find draw teleport path. Again, right next to it. I'm starting to think that maybe, just maybe, he set us up to go down this path. And then update spline is also right next to it. Maybe this is exactly what he wanted. Oh, hey, this is all outside of the space here. Music stopped. Station. I'm feeling classical. Epic's always good. Funk, indie, industry, jazz. Go with some generic rock. Red and squiggly. Kind of got to get used to that with Visual Studio. Oop. I don't know what that hotkey did. Alright, so instead of it being left controller though, it's just this. Holy shit, then we need teleportation velocity. Maybe I shouldn't be moving the teleport destination over. We need destination marker. See, I'm kind of nervous that I'm doing this wrong, and I am like really changing it up. I don't have source control, so this is going to be a pain in the ass. Oh, now we're changing how it's declared in the blueprints, so we're going to shut this down and not save it. That way, hopefully we don't corrupt anything. Teleportation path. All right, so our hand is now in charge of updating the destination marker, which means both hands can do this, which is fine, right? Because we would want you to be able to choose if you're right-handed or left-handed on how you want to move. So I think that's okay that we're putting this over here. And so the issue is that both of them are going to be doing it simultaneously. We'll have to somehow stop that. But I think that is a problem for later, and right now we're doing the right thing. The update destination path calls find teleportation destination. Destination, we've got to get our current location. This was set to left controller, but now we're trying to be like agnostic of that. We're not a component anymore, so maybe it's just get actor location. Do we even need this, or can we just call it get actor location? We can just call it get actor location. Sweet, and now can we just call get forward vector? You cannot just call it get forward vector. This get forward, get actor forward vector. Okay. We need this for that? We don't? All right. And we need teleportation velocity. So this was previously being set on the character, and now it's being set on the hand. Yeah, I guess we're making it so that the hand is entirely in control of the teleportation, and I think that's fine. I think that's good. Teleportation velocity. Control F, teleportation. Velocity, right here. So this is configuration. This is objects. This is our methods. Whoa, whoa. That's kind of how we're getting this organized. That's our organization here. Okay. I don't know why this is angry. We'll have to figure that out. It could just be something messed up. Teleportation projectile radius. That sounds like another configuration. Sure is. Yeah, this is making me feel pretty good. I'm feeling like we're doing this refactor correct. Teleportation simulation time. And I think that the only way for me to get comfortable doing refactors is to, well, do refactors. So this is pretty good practice. I like this. U navigation system mesh system v1. We gotta figure out what we imported for that. I'm not sure. We're gonna let's see what options we have here. It's include navigate. Wait. Oh. That's the only real option we have, so that's clearly it. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's mad about all of our stuff. Might just be because we haven't built yet. Teleportation projection extent. Sounds like another configuration. Sure is. Teleport path mesh pools. That's not a configuration. That's a bunch of objects. Teleport arc mesh. Object. Not. Does this count as an object or does this count as a config? It was previously in the config. I guess we'll throw it in the config again this time. I don't know how I feel about static mesh and material instance not being considered an object, but what are you mad about? E-spline coordinate space. Oh man, C++, been a hot minute. Hey, Rockin', what's up? What's up? Yeah, so we're following along with the tutorial from Game Dev TV. They're pretty awesome. We're doing a VR tutorial. There's a link to all of their courses that they got. They're kind of pricey, not gonna lie. If you want any of them, I think you should pick them up off of Udemy, where they're like $10 a piece. It's a whole lot cheaper that way. And then you can link your account over to their personal website, which was linked there. Fuck is happening here, man? IntelliSense shits the bed when it comes to Unreal Engine, just because the engine is so damn big. And right now what we're doing is a bit risky. Okay, super risky. Well, we're doing a super risky. So they throw up these coding challenges every now and again. They tell you to pause. They give you a slideshow and they're like, pause the video. These are the things we want you to accomplish right now. Give it a shot. And then they show you the solution. Well, if we just watch the solution, we're not going to learn anything, right? So we're pausing the video and we're taking a crack at it. But this challenge is refactoring, and good God, do I suck at refactoring. You may know a little bit better than most. No, yeah, I don't think you've dealt with my code. But yeah, refactoring sucks. I'm really bad at it, and I don't have source control. So I'm pretty nervous here, because like, we're gonna see the solution after I do my best, and they're like, yeah, that's not what we wanted to do at all with the refactor, and I'm gonna be like, ah, fuck me. But yeah, so what we're doing right now is I'm trying to pull out everything. Again, this is a VR project, and right now all our VR project does is it lets us move. And we're doing this refactor before we add in the ability to climb. So right now we can walk with the control sticks, or we can point the controller and teleport. And we're gonna add in climbing, but before we do that, we want to pull all this shit out of the character, because the character is just being like drained. The character is just being like so jam-packed full of shit to do that's not character related. So we're pulling out all the controller logic, putting it in a generic controller instead of it being left hand, right hand specific, so that when we build the climbing capabilities, we can put it into the generic controller stuff and it works for both left hand and right hand, instead of this where we got everything left hand, right hand oriented. And so what I'm struggling with is trying to decide how I want to handle the teleportation refactor, because I feel like that's a hand function. Like, you're pointing with your hand and you're pulling the trigger, so it feels like hand logic, and I think you want to be able to do it with either hand. So I think it goes in the hand, but then like we got like a whole bunch of stuff that has to come with whenever we pull that out. Like, there's just a bunch of shit that has to come with. And Visual Studio absolutely does not do well at all with Unreal Engine. Like, I don't know why this is red and there's no error, and like everything's just awful. Plus, I'm worried that it's gonna like corrupt the game whenever I launch it, because I've pulled out stuff. I pulled out a bunch of stuff that was in the character class that's no longer there. So whenever we fire up the character class, like when we launch Unreal Engine and we shoot this up, the character class is going to be missing a bunch of components. It's going to be missing a bunch of properties. It's going to be missing a bunch of shit that it used to have. And so I'm worried that the children of VR character are going to just get corrupted and break. We'll find out. I'm doing this without source control. Have I mentioned that a time or two yet? Because I think everything's about to get fucked. Think of the children. That reminds me. Ever heard of a game called Climby? I don't think so. Still here, by the way. Didn't ditch you. Just know you're busy, and due to my hyperfixation, didn't want to keep distracting you with Lost Ark rambling. Yeah, I figured you were still listening to me drone on in the background. I know you're playing games, and that's cool. I appreciate the lurk. And I know that you don't know this stuff, so whenever I'm like in the thick of the technical stuff, I kind of anticipated you to to pipe down just a little bit. But whenever we're in like the theory crafting or working on the new stuff, then I know you'll come in hard with all the 10 out of 10 suggestions. Super fun VR platformer where you climb with your controllers. Sweet. So what I'm currently wanting to do, because I never finish any project, is do like the world's smallest project possible without being too small, right? Like I don't want to make tic-tac-toe in like the console, right? Like, I don't want to make something that small. So what I'm thinking right now is open to suggestions. But so far the two suggestions that I've got is I Spy and the floor is lava. Those are the two suggestions that I got so far that seem pretty basic. To the Top is the fast-paced version. Yeah, To the Top is awesome. If you have not played To the Top, I highly suggest it. It's one of my favorite VR games, like top 3 for sure. I think like if you remove rhythm games, because like Beat Saber, like no VR games beating that, and then like Pistol Whip, it's only getting beat by Beat Saber, right? Like those two games are like just best. But if you remove rhythm games as a genre, then I think To the Top probably comes in top for me. And then you got Super Hot close. But yeah. I was thinking if you do something like Beat Saber, but like super simplified. Mine are Super Hot, To the Top, and Pistol Whip. That might be doable. Well, I mean, all you're doing is you're moving a lightsaber, and if it collides with another box, then it wins, but the box has to come at you. And then, like, I think, like, the really complicated part is, like, you need music, and you need the boxes to be in sync with the music, right? Unless I'm, like, not simplifying it enough. I've seen like some Beat Saber clones. Well, I think of them as clones. They're probably not clones at all, but you got like one game where you're like holding your hands out, and all you do is you move your hands. Your hands are like these glowing orbs, and you need to move your glowing orbs through specific like glowing orb gates or whatever. I didn't particularly like that game at all, but yeah, there's that, which is another rhythm game, of course. All right, so we got it. This is happening in the constructor. Setting a destination marker. I guess that makes sense. So let's. This is gonna be difficult. It's gonna be difficult, I think. All right, so yeah, we're gonna move the destination marker into the controller as well. I mean, we already have, but we need to move the construction of it. Dude, I'm really concerned that all this shit that I'm pulling out. What all this post-process? Oh, that's the blinder. I'm super worried that all this shit that we're pulling out is gonna be like not refactored at all. He's just gonna leave all. What? Control enter. Can't. What the? Get out of here. Control V, not Control enter. All right, so we're attaching it to this line component, teleportation path. Line is incomplete, is not allowed. Pointer to an incomplete class type is not allowed. What the fuck do you mean? Pointer to an incomplete class type. I must be missing an include. This is a use blind component. Story of a girl, cried a river and cried the world. Line component, yeah, right here. All right, so we're just gonna copy this, pop it over here. Are you happy now? It's happy now. Sweet. Probably gonna have that a bunch. Wait, now why are you mad? Pissed about. Everything's always mad at me. You need to get root component. I don't know what you want from me. We'll deal with this later. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe now is a good time to create a Git repo. A good time to create a Git repo was probably 30 minutes ago. Fuck it, we're doing it live. So the problem with Git that I have with Unreal Engine exclusively is the hosting. If I make source control, I want to host it somewhere that's not on my computer, right? Second best time is right now. Yeah, if I make a repo, I want to host it not on my computer because I've got a couple friends who have expressed interest in working with this with me. And Git sucks with Unreal Engine because hosting is a problem. They're like, yeah, you can only host like 10 gigs for free, and as soon as you add like the map, boom, you hit your 10 gig limit, like almost instantly. So I know Git has LFS, large file storage. I know that, and that kind of condenses it a little bit. I get that. It still sucks, especially because what you're doing whenever you're doing this stuff is you've got the code here for the base class, but then you make children that are in blueprints, and blueprints are also binary files. So if you make any change at all to the blueprint, it has to make an entire reference of the whole thing, and you just run out of space so fast. And yeah, that's why it, like, what everyone normally does, what the smart people do is they use something called PeerForce, but PeerForce is generally locally hosted. So I'd have to buy like a big fucking hard drive and host this on there, and then expose a port and let my friends come in on that, which I suppose is fine, but my friends like to fuck with their friends. So if I give them an exposed port so they can connect to it, next thing I know, my computer's gonna be hacked. Some jackass will be firing low orbital ion cannons at my PC and DDoSing me in the middle of League games. So, yeah, you can ignore any static assets that you don't commit them to the repo. Yeah, but so, like, everything is a static asset, though, right? Like, almost everything in Unreal Engine is. Right now we're like neck deep in the code, but whenever we get this refactor done and we fire up the game itself, you'll see. I'll show you that it just sucks. You spline mesh component. You spline mesh component. Here, copy that. I'll show you. This is how I force you to stick around. Pique your curiosity, and then I don't fully satiate it. It's also how I just make up words. Why are you mad? Tell me why you're pissed. The IntelliSense really does struggle whenever it's dealing with Unreal Engine. It got a lot better once they broke it up, because it used to just be import all. That used to be the only thing, or include all. It was include engine. That was it. You didn't have include individual things. When it was include engine, it was a lot easier to work with from like this perspective. See, all that stuff wasn't actually broken. It was just mad for no reason. But your compile time was like 5-10 minutes. It was shitty. So they drastically increased the compile time to milliseconds. But at what cost? At what cost? Finish teleport. All right, so right here, the teleport is still a player action. So even though it's owned by the controller, we're going to point the controller, pull the trigger. It's going to fire off the teleport action, pass that down into the hand, and then the hand needs to return back to me the location. So this needs to be like left hand get destination marker location. That's what this needs to be. So we got that change that we need to do. Is that the last thing that we need to do? Void a hand controller member function already defined or declared. And the hand controller already defined or declared. What the fuck do you mean? Oh, it's right there. Yeah, okay, we got two of these bad boys. All right, well, it's private. Get that out of here. Void hand. It threw 3 errors for the same thing. Nice, I love it. All right, let's build. Yeah, I talk less in the programming days because I'm like the only person who has no idea what the hell's going on here. Yeah. That's the real reason why we have a once a week programming day. I'm like, all right, I gotta flex on Alan. He always talks this medical stuff and about how he's like doing good for the world, having like actual physical change. And I'm just like, you know what? I gotta show him how cool it is to make nothing real happen. All right, so yeah, I think we just need to make the controller method and call it there. So over here, what do we got going on? let's double check everything makes sense. So as we point our hands around, the tick is a tick is when the frame refreshes. So every time the frame refreshes, we draw a new destination marker with both of our hands, so we are finger guns firing it all over the place. We find the teleportation destination, which is based off of our hands location times how fast we want to move. And so if that line from forwards out of our hand connects with something, then we do all this other shit, yada yada, skip, next. Draw teleport path, yep, dope. That's pretty self-explanatory. Update the spline is just to set all the splines. Sweet. So this does update the marker as we fling around. Cool. Awesome. Now, the thing here is if there's not a location, the marker still exists. We're just hiding it. So if we shoot, if we hit the ceiling, hit the wall, if we fire it straight up into the sky and it doesn't touch anything, the destination still exists. We're just hiding it. What this means is we don't just want to raw get this destination and assume everything's fine in our character. We need to do like a little bit of a checky poo. Doing good for the world. Ha 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 ha. All we do is make money off the pay. Don't want to eat their young anymore. It's kind of exploitative of human empathy if you think about it too hard. Well, I mean, it's coming out of taxpayers, so it's not like you're exploiting them. Exploiting society's desire to keep the elderly and weak around, which I don't think is really an exploitation. It's like we all agreed, like, yeah, this is net good for society, even if it's like detrimental to an individual person. We're like, yeah, these people are people too, so I guess we should keep them around. Man, I just fucked up my ponytail. I thought I was gonna fix it, but it like turned into a ball. What the hell? Let go. Ah, fuck. Hamster's pulling my hair. How did I mess up a ponytail so bad? I swear that's the first time ever. It never happens. It must have just been because my hair was wet. I just got out of the shower, so my hair was like sopping wet, and I put it in. Strawberry lemon twist. So we don't have the green screen all the way up because normally we're messing around with the VR stuff, but this time it's been like, holy shit, we've been doing this for 45 minutes. Good God. Oh, hey. I got a question. Yeah, this is a multi-part question. Rock and Hawk, you're now a part of the stream. I'm sorry, because Alan's at work. Plus, I don't think he has any interest. You might have a little bit of interest, but I'm going to force you to do it. Go here, go to Game Dev TV, which is where that course was, and go ahead and make an account. Because I've got a question that you'll have to have an account to answer. I'm not affiliated with them. I just really like them. But no, I don't get any. I'm not affiliated with them at all. In fact, they say to not use their logo or anything. I was using their logo, but then I reread when I got permission from them to stream their course content. Inside there it said, "Do not use our damn logos," and that's because they're all family friendly, and I'm over here saying fucking shit all the time, you know. So they don't like that. Anyways, after you get that, I'm curious. I don't know. I'm curious if this link works for you. That is the beta to their Unreal Engine 5 tutorial. I don't know if that works. It was free for me, and I don't know. I don't see anything in the URL that would require, like, to differentiate that it's me or anyone else. So one, I'm curious. Well, I mean, that's it. I'm just curious if it works for you. I owned the original course, and you had to click on the original course to get that link. So, like, in theory, you can only get that link if you already own the Unreal Engine 4 C++. But unless they authenticate it on their website, unless they double check that your account owns that course, then that link should work, right? And you should just get the 5 course for free? Yeah! You got it for free. Fuck yeah, sweet. Now I gotta spam that to everybody I know. It doesn't. They didn't say don't share it. So, you know, it is what it is. Hell yeah, that's cool. Yeah, as for reference, I'm just gonna say the guy on Twitch saying fucking shit and promoting your courses. Yeah! Trying to sign up with the first one, it was trying to make me pay $195. Yeah, I never paid $195 for any of this stuff. I legitimately do think that because they have teachers' assistants that are always available and they get back to everybody in like 12 hours. And then they've got like 20,000 people in their Discord or some shit like that. And they've got that website up with forums. Like, I do think that they offer enough services to justify the price point that they are asking. I would not spend any money on anything because I'm a cheap asshole. All right, that's just what it is. And Udemy occasionally will have sales to where everything's like 10 or 15 bucks, and I buy the Game Dev TV courses for 10 or 15 bucks on Udemy whenever they do those sales. Hey, it is what it is, all right? Couldn't even create an account without paying? Really? What? You can't have it? What? All right, hold up. That sounds like crazy talk. You mean to tell me if I go to GameDevTV.com in incognito here, and I'm like, hey, you know what? I wanna sign up. You tell me it's gonna? What the fuck? What? No. Horses login. Ah! That's wild. All right, that might be. I wonder if that's a mistake. I'm gonna send him an email real quick. Contact. Let's see. I'm doing it over here. Yeah, because they want my name, email, and stuff like that. Yep. All right, I'm gonna send them a little bug tickety thing real quick because I think that might be messed up. Creating a new Game Dev TV account. Is it intentional that you cannot create a new account without buying a course? I'm trying to have a friend sign up here just for the forums and stuff. Just for the forums and community. All right, cool. Thanks. Well, that's fun. Maybe that's a bug. Maybe that's intentional. Hell, I don't know. But I sent that off. But yeah, I mean that should be this course right here, and it's in works. So they don't have much to it yet. But they're gonna go through everything over here, and it's pretty sweet. I already watched this wreckage thing, so I don't particularly want to do it again. But I can flick over to the 4 because they're remaking. Maybe if I just hit the back button a bunch. Back button a bunch. Even more? Nope. Okay. Well, whatever. I got it over here. They're redoing this. C++. They're redoing this course in Unreal Engine 5. And you can see how much shit they've got over here. So much. So freaking much. So they're gonna redo all this stuff in 5, and apparently now you got it for free. And so like this is a C++ tutorial first, and like Unreal Engine tutorial second. So like they have you making a game in pure C++ right here in just the console because they're trying to teach you how to program. So I mean you don't really need that. You can skip that. I assume you know how to program. I know how to program. But then they have you make a game in Unreal Engine, and then they have you make another like another game in Unreal Engine, and then another game in Unreal Engine, and then a third or fourth game in Unreal Engine. So they there's a lot of content to it that is Unreal Engine specific, and they do a lot of cool stuff. You'll see watching me do this. They have you like go out to documentation. They have you like actually like they're trying to teach you how to actually program while it's being Unreal Engine based. It's not like I feel like a lot of like YouTube tutorials or whatever. It's like you just follow along blindly and then you don't know what in the hell you're doing. But that's not what they're doing. Jabus, that's a bold assumption that you know how to program. But yeah, so they actually like do their best to legitimately teach you how to read documentation, how to think critically, and like they really try. So I found out about these people whenever I was in college. Like my second year in college, I started following along with this group here. So I've used them back whenever I knew literally nothing, and I just decided to start using them now because I purchased a shitload of content back then that I haven't ever gotten around to using. All right. Let's finish this refactor off here and see if it actually works. We're pretty damn close to it. So here's the question. Here's the question that we have. How do we want to handle this? When we go to teleport, we need to get the destination marker from the controller. Does that make sense? Does it make sense for the controller to be in charge of that? I hate out parameters with a burning passion, but it might make sense for the destination marker to be an out parameter passed into the hand controller. That might make sense. Don't like it, but it might make sense. With the current setup, the hand pointing around, updating it. Do we want to go like left hand dot get destination marker? And then like if the destination marker is bad, do we return null? It's a vector here. I don't think null is a valid return type. So what the hell are we gonna do? Maybe null pointer is a valid return type because it's C++ and not C#. I guess as an object. Objects can be null. Yeah, I suppose we can have it return null, but then we got like an override on a null check. I don't know. It seems shitty. Oh my god. All right, so yeah, we do want to use an out parameter. I hate C++. I hate C++. It's the devil. What they do in C++ land is they'll be like left and left controller. What the hell are you called? Oh yeah, we commented it out that way it would stop throwing errors while that way it would throw errors while we were working. Git teleport location, new location. All right, so we'll have this return true or false, and then we'll have it update this location here as we pass it in. Ooh, disgusting. I feel like a degenerate for doing this. If this equals false, then no, we don't want to do only if it equals false because we've already faded the screen to black. So yeah, if this is true, then we'll move it. Get out of here, D. D there. Can't just be throwing D's everywhere. All right, sweet. So yeah. Now we'll wait. Now we got to implement this as a method. Let's go ahead and turn these back on. All right, so we got hands. We got hands. Wait, are we doing the set owner up here or down there? Ah, yes. I had to completely remove everything. I don't actually want these. Probably end up deleting these, but since we're in the Wild West without any source control, we gotta comment out our code because we're fucking degenerates. Oh man, it's kind of nasty. All right, I think that this is just Visual Studio being slow. All right, we don't actually have a Git Teleport location as a thing. Let's come on, resharper. Sweet. No, it's not a constant. We're modifying this. That's not a constant. All right, and now implement definition. Right, all right, all right. So what we're doing here is thinking, McThinking, think. If destination marker visibility is visible, apparently. All right, whatever. The destination marker is visible, then we will return true. Else, return false. Wait. Hold up, that's stupid. That is stupid. All right. Yeah, that's really dumb. We're gonna go, this is much better. Vector is going to equal, destination marker location. Get location? Get world location? Location. Get motherfucker. You suck. The hell are you at? What do you want from me? All right, so we're passing in the location into this method here. This has got to be being set. Yeah, it's an out location. Not being used anywhere. Nav location. Nav location is coming from. Are you being used anywhere? Yeah, it's being used to set its world location. I want to get its world location. Why can't I get your damn world location? Get socket world location. No, I don't want the socket. I want this damn thing. What the fuck? I don't want the relative location. I want the world location. Because the relative is going to be relative to us. And we don't want the relative location. We want its actual coordinates. Why is it being such a bitch? I mean, I can make this a private property, but globals are nasty. Right? We already have a global of the destination marker. It's a static mesh component. World. All right, fine. We're going code diving. All right, let's figure this shit out. This is static mesh component. We're going to the docs. I mean, UE4. Yeah, we look up UE4 stuff. Boom. Go them over here. Open this up. Probably just gonna be based off the actor, right? Yeah, I think the actor is gonna be where it's at, but I will check in here. World. Location. Yeah. So it's gonna be up in one of the children. Pretty sure it's gonna be the actor component. So we're gonna jump up to actor component. Apply world offset. Don't want that. I don't want to get the whole damn world. Why can't you get the world off of the object? That's wild. Why would you want that? It's incredibly inefficient. It is ridiculous. Apply world offset. Not on actor. Did we go too far? Or did we not go far enough? Maybe it's a scene component. Oh my god, there's 88 instances of location. What about world? 89? What about relative? Git. This is wild to me. I swear on me mum that I've gotten world location. Get component location. Yeah, it was within all that blinky crap. Hey, plant lady, what's up? What's up? How you doing? Is it just get component location? Is that by default? The world? Maybe by default that's the world. So you have get relative location, but instead of get world location, it's called get component location. Returns the location of the component in world space. Why? Why are you not named get world component? Oh my god, what a shitty name. What a fucking, you suck. Letting you know your mom is here. Well, I appreciate you being here. All right, there, we figured it out. Oh my god. All right, so get teleport location is getting the destination marker's location. Now, we don't know if it's valid to teleport there or not. And so at that point, we're going to return the destination marker is visible. That if it's true, if it's visible, we can teleport there. If it's not, then we can't. And that's why this is an out parameter. So we're kind of returning two things. I really hate this paradigm, but this is like the way you do things in C++. And I'm when in Rome, baby, when in Rome. So I really think that's kind of a code smell. I really think like I should make like a wrapping object of like. I think the reason why it's done in C++ like this is because like you have to have like a header file and another file and everything's like a pain to reference and you got to call out everything and just like I think like just C++ being more obtuse to work with is why people do it like this, because like I don't want to go through all that. I don't want to make like go through all that just to make a new class for this one thing. Whereas in like wonderful, beautiful .NET modern day languages, you can just like make a tuple right here, like ad hoc, make a struct or something, and just like return that, and you don't have to worry about it. Anyways, all right, so we got this get teleport location. Why are you mad? Navigate to a declaration of function to get to. Why are you mad? What? View action list. What do you want from me? Remember a constant. I don't know what the hell it's asking. I'm just not gonna do that. Okay, back over here. So, what do we got? If this works, if we get a location, then we can teleport to it. If not, then we're still going to fade back in, right? So we begin the fade and we fade out, and then we're going to fade back in. This is still based off of the left controller's location. When in reality, what we would want to do is we would want to know which controller you pulled. Like if you pulled the left controller's trigger, then we want you to go with the left pointer. If you pulled the right hand, then we want you to go with the right hand. And then we probably want like a configuration to where you can determine if you're left-handed or right-handed for the movement. That all seems like a lot of work. So we're just going to assume left hand only. That's what we're doing. Left hand only. I think everything's set up. I think everything's good. Now, what I don't get is in this little spot here, in this little instructions of what to do here, it says create a blueprint child. What the hell are we doing with this? What is that? Oh my god, I'm never lucky. It doesn't build. Come on, you were supposed to build. My code always builds the first time I write it. Never lucky. I don't even understand what it's pissed about. At all. What the hell does this even mean? Private void Citadel A hand controller update spline class blah, 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 already defined in a hand controller. Oh, okay, I know what that means. See, if you actually read the message, then it makes sense. Which one is it mad about? It's mad about update spline. So there's update spline here. It's saying that it's in another spot too. When a mommy blueprint and a daddy blueprint. See, I told you that sometimes custom makes things work. Saying that this is declared in 2 spots. That's actually factually false. A hand controller update spline. Oh, maybe it's declared in 2 spots over here. So this is update spline. Control F, update spline. So we got it. Well, it's being used. We got it declared here. It's only declared in 1 spot. Private void A hand controller update spline class of TArray struct is already defined in hand controller. What the fuck are you talking about? It's only declined. Private void. Second definition is ignored. What the? When in doubt, just close Visual Studio, because Visual Studio is stupid. I have no idea what the fuck it's pissed about. Can we even launch it? Oh no, God. Oh, damn it. Damn it all to hell. So I can't launch the thing because the code's bad, and I can't get the code to work because Visual Studio's not telling me what's actually wrong. And I didn't back up anything because I'm a lunatic. Yes, this is going. This is all going according to plan. Yes, yes. All right. Can we build now? Or will you give me an informative error? I'm good with either one of these options. Prefer you to just build. That would be the best. Doing anything? Hello? Visual Studio? This is why everyone prefers code, alright? I'm trying to give you a chance. I'm trying to use, Visual Studio instead of Visual Studio Code. And look at how you're doing me. Oh, damn it. It's the same error message. This error message doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's saying this is already declared. What if we just update spline ASDF? All right, totally different. Doesn't exist. Net new thing. That goes there. All right, there's no way this exists. We just made it. Brand new. I'm wondering if update spline isn't if it isn't something in the background. Teleportation path undeclared in the character. Update spline is not a member of a hand controller. Well, this one makes more sense. Oh! How did this happen? Okay. The VR character has a reference to the A hand controller inside it. Somehow something went terribly wrong. Yeah, that shouldn't be there. All right, that's out. Now we should be able to delete the ASDF here, move this all back to the update spline. Okay. Go. Wait. I don't know how that could have possibly happened. Now it'll build. Did it build? The building thing went away. There's no errors. Sweet. All right. So we did step 1. We pulled out the U motion controller components. And then we did step 3. Now, what the hell is the step 2 that it wants? So I know what creating a blueprint child is. I know what that is. I don't know why it's wanting me to do that. That's what I don't get. I know what it's asking. I don't know why. Therefore, I question if I know what it's asking, right? Like, so, in the VR character, we are in the build, begin play. We're spawning the hand controller. In here, this is not set. We don't have this as set. It doesn't make any sense. I think this is what we want. I think we want edit defaults only, and then we want to come in here and set it here and here. So like this means that we have to assign a left controller and a right controller within Unreal Engine. I think that's what we want, because otherwise there's no reason to make a child. And so we can assign the left and right controller, which we would assign to the blueprints instance of this. Yeah, I think that's what we want. All right, everything makes sense now. I'm on board. Let's build this. All right, let's see if everything's corrupted. So the thing that I was worried about is there's like a history with Unreal Engine. It seems to be like every 1 in 20 times I edit a constructor, the class gets just broken. Like it just breaks. So we'll see if that happened. And we did it quite a bit. So if we jump up here into blueprints and we look at our blueprint VR character, we should now see over here on the right hand side a left controller, right controller. See, so we need to assign the left controller, right controller. Awesome, sweet. We've already got the blinker material. Yeah, that's for the, yeah, okay, cool. So whenever it's saying to make a blueprint child here on this step, create a blueprint child, it's wanting us to go over here and go add, and how do we, so I'm not familiar with the UE5. We've done this before. Not seeing where we blueprint class. And it's gonna, yeah, and now we can look for that hand controller. So now we can use the C++ that we made as the base for the blueprint. And that's just awesome. The naming convention is blueprint, and then we'll go hand controller. Awesome. And now we can open this up. And so we've got all the code that we had behind the scenes, and see everything in the code that is set to be edited, we got to edit here. Oh, hey, yeah, this stuff's gone now. So we need the arc mesh. I think we were using a laser. Yeah, we were using a laser pointer mesh. Now the arc material. Do I just search for laser pointer material? I don't know. Fuck, dude. I don't remember. All right, that's what we're going with. All right, now we got all the other settings set up, and did we not set a Roller mesh? Is that not a thing that we have? I feel like that's a thing we have. Is that a thing we had over here? Is that a thing we have anywhere? We had this somewhere at some point. Anyways, that's fine. All right, compile it and save it. This seems fine. Good enough. Good enough for me. And now we go back into the character, and we're gonna say left hand is gonna be BP hand controller. Showing. Not showing. Pick an actor from the scene. No, we don't want that. Ah! Browse. Use this. The left hand, right hand's gone now, right? Ah, over here. Yeah, so the left controller, right controller is not going in here for some reason. Why is that? When we look over here, let's look. The left hand, right hand is set to be a hand controller. And when we look at the VP hand controller, it is a parent class. It's a child of hand controller, so that should slot in just fine. It's not slotting in. I'm assuming something's being silly here. We're gonna have to like restart it, build, shut down type of deal. It's gotta be something like that, right? Hot reload set. Now it went away. So this is the thing that gets corrupted that I was talking about. Oh, damn it, never mind. I keep clicking on the wrong thing. All right, we're gonna search, browse, use this, try to use this. I don't understand. Why do you not work? What the hell happens if I launch this? I imagine it breaks. It did not break. Where's my controllers? Whoa. What's going on with that? That was going wild. Alright, so something's off. One, I can't set the controllers correctly, which is weird. And then two, we saw that controller sitting on the floor. Yeah, we got the Vive controller, left mesh, right mesh, sitting right here, which is not correct. So we'd want in here to add a static mesh. And this is just going to be controller mesh. We want this to be the root. The destination marker is the root? Oh, that's not right. Why is that the root? Ah. Well, I think we got most of the way through the challenge here. So I'm feeling tempted. Oh my god. Did I finally figure out the typo that's in this damn thing? No, it's teleport. For a second, I was like, wait, should this be an A? It keeps telling me that teleport's spelled wrong. Typo in teleport. There's nothing wrong with how I spelled teleport. How the hell do you spell teleport? An A? Like a lunatic? Well, it certainly doesn't like that. Yeah, I know, right? That's what I got. It's telling me there's a typo right here. It's highlighting. It's like, this is not a word. Teleportation. Not spelling out teleportation ever damn where. It's way too many characters. All right, so this needs a static mesh, which I thought was going to be like defaulted in here. I mean, the destination marker is. This needs to be the default. Oh my god, this is all fucked up. All right, whatever. Come save me, Sam. Sam, save me. I did my best.
Welcome back. So, first of all, let's extract.
It's not complaining about spaces. It's not complaining about that. It's not your average spell check. Like, it's not complaining about this being spelled wrong. It's not complaining about play being spelled wrong. It looks for capitalization instead of spaces because it knows. Like, it's not mad about update destination marker because there's not a space in between each one. If there are spaces here, then everything would go to hell. See? All right, we're watching him do it because apparently I fucked it up.
Errors now, which are that the left controller and right controller can't be set up in here. So we're going to have to go ahead and move those into our hand controller actors.
No, it
so
didn't.
Now got
it turned everything red.
Create a default sub-object here by copying across. Now, obviously, it's not just the left controller anymore. It is actually the motion controller. And we're going to want to, rather than set up attachment, we want to set it as the root of this. So we're going to do a set root component be the motion controller, and notice this is giving me a red squiggly because of a couple of reasons. First of all, the motion controller is not actually defined, so we need to do in the header file, the hand controller header file.
Wait, what the fuck? Oh my god. This all got moved into here.
Down in a private section, and I'm actually going to label this private section, or label inside this private section, I'm going to call this the default sub-object. So we'll group those all together like we've been doing with different sections, but I'm actually going to label it this time. We're going to make it a U property, so, and let's just make it visible anywhere while we're at it. So, and it's going to be a class forward declaration of the U motion controller component, which I'm going to call motion controller. That will stop whining at me if we go over to the C++. That should be okay now. But it's going to say, I don't like that because I don't know what the U motion controller is, so we can go over to the VR character CPP, look for where we have our motion controller include, and take that over to our C++ file of the hand controller and include it there, which will stop it moaning. Now you'll notice we're setting this to the left hand. That's not actually correct. We shouldn't just be setting it to the left hand, should we? We should be setting it to whatever hand we need to set it to. And how do we know which hand we need to set it to? Well, we don't, not in here. So we're going to have to create a public method out here. And
oh my god!
Void set hand, like so. And it's going to take a hand, which I can't remember what the type of is just right now. It's going to be, as it goes to C++, there. Character, okay, it's the E controller hand. We'll do an E controller hand. The hand is what it's going to take. And because it's so small, I'm actually just going to do it here, which does mean I have to bring the include of my motion controller component up a level. We'll see why in just a second, but I'm going to include the motion controller component up in the header file, because then I can say motion controller, which is a variable down here, motion controller, arrow, and is just equal to the hand that we got passed in. Now this method has now been deprecated, and the correct way to set the hand is to use the function set tracking source and pass the hand in to that. So because it's such a simple pass-through method, I don't think it's worth doing it in the C++ file. You might disagree with me, Also means that we don't need a forward declaration here in this private motion controller anymore. And
why are you mad? What? No way. That's wild talk.
And
Crazy people talk.
Is just equal to the hand.
Yeah, because this is a pointer. See? It's a pointer. Why are you mad? Holy shit. Why is everything angry? Ah! Wow. Everything's angry. Unrecognized type, emotion controller. Type must be a U-class, U-struct, or U-enum. What? And the hand controller.h? What do you mean it's unrecognized? It's right here. It's literally right here. It's right there. Huh. Wild. The squiggly has advanced. But yeah, I see what you mean. The green squiggle goes. Wait a second. Add to the dictionary for this computer. All right, so it didn't think teleport was a word, but now it does. I fixed it by updating the dictionary. I have full power over Webster. All right, so I don't know if this is a real error or not. I don't know. Controller component. Is that not what I have this at? U motion control. Oh! 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 Alright, everything's fixed. Is everything fixed now? Question mark? Building? The suspense is killing me? Sweet. Alright, so I forgot to make the individual controller itself whenever I did that refactor. I just completely dropped the controller out of the controller object. A bit of an oversight. You know, it could happen to anybody. It could happen to anybody.
Controller. To the left is if we go to C++. There.
All right.
Character. Okay,
back to watching his refactor.
We'll do an E-controller hand. Well, hand is what it's going to take. And because it's so small, I'm actually just going to do it here, which does mean I have to bring the include of my motion control component up a level. See why in just
moving back in time a little bit.
I'm going to include the motion control component up in the header file.
You're one smart cookie. No, I'm not. I'm watching him do it. Captain Webster over here coining new words. Like, why would telephone port a dock? What? Like, why would a telephone port at a dock? What? You teleport. I assume that was an autocorrect going crazy, or it's a joke that's going over my head. Either way, we got whooshes or whiffs. It's all the same. All right.
Because then I can say motion controller, which is a variable down here. Motion controller, arrow, and is just equal to the hand that we got passed in. Now this method has now been deprecated, and the correct way to set the hand is to use the function set.
At the start of the stream, I was like, we got 90 minutes of video. Maybe we can push through 90 minutes of video in a single stream. We've gone through 10 and a half. We've gone through 10 and a half minutes of the video.
Tracking source and pass the hand in to that. So because it's such a simple pass-through method, I don't think it's worth doing it in the C++ file. You might disagree with me. Also means that we don't need a forward declaration here in this private motion controller.
Yeah, there we go. So the class here is a shortcut. So every object you make in C++ has a header and then the C++ file. So the header is like you're just signing contracts, right? You're just like writing up a blueprint that you're handing off to somebody. It doesn't actually have to know or do anything, right? So it's like, hey, we need the static mesh component. What the hell is that? I don't fucking know. By putting the word class here, I'm saying, hey, this is something you'll need later whenever you actually make this, but like for now, who cares? We don't need that anymore because we actually went and brought in the real thing because we did something to it. Like normally you don't put logic in the header file, but as he was saying, this is such a small method that he went ahead and put it here anyways. It's probably not a good idea to do that in all honesty, but it's whatever. I don't care. And so then like over here you have to actually put in all the includes and do all the stuff. So and that's kind of what's going on with that.
Any more, and that should all be hunky-dory. Okay, so we've basically just passed down from the top to the bottom that well, from the outside basically via this public interface, we've passed the hand onto the motion controller component and we exposed that. Okay, now explaining it me a little bit, might go away when we actually build. And I noticed here that this text says left controller. Let's just change that to the motion controller so it is to the left. And that does mean now that we need to set the hand when we create these controllers in begin play. So we'll go over to begin play, and where we've got our left controller, we're going to do an arrow, set hand, and we can do an E controller hand, colon, and it's going to be the left in this case, and it's going to be the right down here on the right controller case. We can go and change the copy and paste and change all lefts to rights so that we've got ourselves essentially the same setup as before. Now, the only difference, however, is that we have no mesh yet. Now, as I've said before, I think the mesh is best set up in Blueprint. So that does mean we have to go and create a new Blueprint class, and I'm going to do it as a new Blueprint class. All classes to pick a parent. We're going to look for the hand controller. It isn't showing up in there, so it should be a hand controller not showing up. That's strange. Well, another way of doing this would
well, at least he's experiencing what I was dealing with there.
We haven't been able to build yet. That is a little bit annoying. Okay, so we haven't been able to build yet, so we need to make sure that we can get the building stage.
Mine builds.
Skip ahead in our challenge just a little bit to get to building. So where are our errors? Let's have a look at the output and see what our first error is. What line is it on?
He's gonna have a shitload of stuff.
Anymore. That's fine. Teleport path can't be set.
Well, like all of my jokes, it's really bad and does a ton of gymnastics. I think you were just making up. You were just changing a bunch of the words in the dictionary.
Right component anymore? Well, we can set it to the BR root. No harm done there. It doesn't really matter where it is, as long as the teleport meshes are being childed to it, and then we've got the same local space for both of them. I think otherwise it really doesn't matter. Okay, so we have got those set up correctly. Let's rebuild, see if there are any other errors in this output. Yes, there are. So let's go and have a look. Okay, the right control get component location. We can't do this now because it's an actor, but we can get it to location. So we can do a get actor location instead. not very hard. And also the forward vector, we can do a get
One of the
actor
things I'm
forward
noticing
vector. Just slightly different methods, but working exactly
is he's
well.
leaving
And because
everything
our root component is
in
motion
the
control
fucking
component,
controller
it is actually
or in the
going to be
character.
the
I pulled out
exact
all the
same
teleport
location.
logic and everything. I pulled
But
that all
built
out into the
now, which is
hand.
great, which also means that when we go to add new,
He's leaving it all on the
blueprint class
character.
and look for hand controller. There we go. We can.
I don't
now
know if
set
he's
the
gonna
hand
pull it
controller
out
as
in a
parent
minute,
for our new blueprint class, which is going to be a BP
or if he's just not gonna pull it out at all.
class, like so. And we can do the last bit, which is to create a blueprint child actor. So I'm going to go ahead and open up
Oh,
the
I see. I see.
hand controller, which is a bit.
But, you know, one of my favorite jokes. One of my favorite jokes is like, a joke is a lot like a user interface. If you have to explain it, then it's bad. But, and I know you were already saying it was bad, and I don't mean this as like a dig at your joke, but I just like making fun of user interfaces, because man, do user interfaces suck. And it just reminded me of that since you were saying you'd already. Like, yeah, it's a bad joke, but yeah, I didn't get it with the rewording. With the rewording of it, I got it. The initial wording, I missed it.
Gonna add in a static mesh.
That's because you're trying to be sly with it. You overestimated
mesh to be in
my intelligence. All right, so he's in here, messing with shit. All right. Whoa, no, I don't want to rename you. Okay.
In my case, the Vive
So
controller.
we got our controller, and now he's adding in a mesh.
Grab it.
Sweet,
There we
sweet.
go. We've got ourselves the mesh.
And now here,
See?
I
It's also
want to
worth
use
noting
an
that in your
index, but we
versions
just
of
can't.
Unreal, you're by default going to have the collision preset as block all dynamic. If that's the case, you want to switch it over to overlap all dynamic instead, because otherwise your hand controller is going to collide with your capsule, the character's capsule, and things are going to just be broken. So overlap all dynamic is what you want.
Let's find that. Collision, block all dynamic, overlap all dynamic. Boom. Thanks for the call out in the video. Oh my god, that would have been terrible. Alright, so that BP hand controller itself has some collision on it. Not much. And then the mesh itself is what we're changing. This destination marker is on block all. We probably need to change that too, right? Because, like, the destination marker, I think we don't want any. I think we want no collision. Because otherwise the destination will collide with itself, and it does that glitch that we had at the very beginning. I think, if I remember right, we set that to no collision. We already had it set in the, whenever we had it on the character, but it's not on the character anymore. We moved it. I think when we moved it, it changed the settings. So, I think that's correct.
And let's see, this isn't going to work yet.
I think that not all jokes that are explained are bad. I do agree with that. People have different comprehension levels. The joke can be genius, but the comic is bad because he didn't read the audience well.
Because if we go ahead and spawn, go ahead and play, you will see that the controllers will not actually show up in the world. Oh, notice that we've got some controllers down there. Why have we got controllers down there? Because if we go to the BP VR character, we've got a couple of static meshes now hanging around because we added them in the blueprint, but we removed their parent, so they just kind of got lost and got stuck on the capsule component instead. So I've gone ahead. Why have we got controls down there? Because if we go
So I
to
think we got to
the
just
VR
delete these.
character, we've got a couple
I just
of
want to double
static
check that he
meshes now
deletes them.
hanging around because we
Yeah, he
added
does.
them in
All
the
right.
blueprint,
I just wanted to
removed
make sure
their
before
parent,
I
so they
deleted
just
them.
kind of got lost and got stuck on the capsule component instead.
I was pretty sure
So
they
I've
were
gone ahead
being
and
deleted.
Remove those
All right.
ones. Okie doke. And then what? Well,
Don't
we
know
want
why
to
we
make sure
can't
that what
set
we're
these
spawning
here.
Is the BP hand
What am I missing?
controller and not the hand controller C++ parent. So
Know
we
what I'm
need is
missing.
a reference to that class. To do that, we go over to our vrCharacter.h, and we can get a reference to that class in our configuration variables. In fact, I'm going to label this section as being configuration parameters, because they aren't components that make up this actor, they're just parameters, and they don't get changed at runtime, so they're not state either, so they're parameters. At least that's how I've decided I'd like to call them. So we're going to go ahead and create a edit default only property, and it's going to be a T subclass of, and it needs to be a T subclass of a and
that's what the problem was. Oh my god. Okay. I didn't realize that was a thing. Why is that a thing? Oh. Okay. So the issue was these are A hand controllers, and they need to be T subclass of A hand controllers.
Class. So this is going to give us a class that is a subclass of the
Why is
A
that
hand
mad?
controller.
That is pissed. Oh.
Spelled it correctly. Like, not actually complain at me. Okay, that's-
Why are
that's
you so
fixed it up.
mad? You're pissed. I don't understand. Huh.
And we're going to call this the hand controller class, like so. And then what we want to do is we want to make sure we spawn an instance of this and not the A hand controller. So we go over to the C++.
I swear I've used T subclass of before somewhere else. Maybe just ages ago. UE5 T subclass of. T subclass of. Do I need a import? Or what the hell's going on here? U property, edit defaults only, T subclass of. Yeah, this is looking fine. This is on Unreal Engine 4 though. Maybe we go to Unreal Engine 5. Maybe T subclass of is not a thing in Unreal Engine 5. Is that what's up? Is it not a thing in 5? Oh man. Oh. I don't think it's a thing. I got shot. They showed the C as not a capital letter. Oh, did it really? Are you a gosh dang genius? Holy shit, Plant Lady coming in with the save. Thank you. I'm blind. Wow. Hell yeah. Oh man, that's awesome. Score 1 for me. Yeah, that's huge. That's awesome. Oh my god.
That's where we are doing the
You're
spawning
paying attention.
over in begin play, which is about here. And what we can do is we can pass in to spawn actor. You can probably remember this. That as an argument, you can pass in the class that you actually want to spawn.
Whoa. Huh. It's pissed now. Alright. Why is it so pissed? All right, well let's see what's going on over here.
So this parameter here tells you what.
Yeah, let's go and rewind a little bit.
Here, we want to make sure we spawn an instance.
All right, so he didn't put the class thing in there like I did, but it seemed like it was requiring me to. Otherwise, it doesn't know what the hand controller is. Unless I like import it. So we'll put the class in, and then it knows that all other instances of it, it's already fixed off that. All right, so we got that done. And now what are we doing over here?
Instance of this and not the a hand controller. So we go over to the C++ where we are doing this.
Yeah, the details are really
in
important.
Begin play, which is about here.
Seemingly minor things like the capitalization.
Spawn actor, you can probably remember this, that as an argument you can pass in the class that you actually want to spawn. So this parameter here tells you what the type coming back will be, and that means that the argument going in here has to be a subclass of that, just so that the casting can work safely.
What?
So what we're saying here is that this can be a specialization of the class that we have in our parameter and the class that actually comes out, because we know that it implements everything and maybe some more in the blueprint. We know that it implements everything it needs to in the C++, so we can
I can remember sitting and staring at my code trying to figure out why it isn't working, and then a friend seeing it within seconds.
C++ class.
Ew.
Might even do some more like add a mesh on, but we can't rely on that.
That's the way it works. That's why sometimes you got to step away for a few minutes and take a break.
That, which should mean we get ourselves a new configuration parameter over in the blueprint editor. And let's go ahead and open up.
All right, this is bad. What has gone wrong? Well, I don't know what this hand controller class is that it's referring to. He's saying like, so we're passing it in something. Binary. No operator found which takes a right-hand operand of type T pointer, or there is no acceptable conversion. Huh. I'm gonna try removing this for now. Saying it can't assign left controller, which is a T subclass of a hand controller. Saying it can't assign that to whatever this is creating. Be a hand controller instead of just be that. I don't know what he's going for here. This sucks. All right, so our stuff's pretty different at this point in time. I'm gonna go ahead and rewind it up a decent chunk. Let's see what's up.
Okay, that has fixed it up, and we're gonna call this the hand controller class.
Oh, never mind. There's the difference. So, all right. Control Z in here. These aren't configuration. These are objects. So these are going back up into here. So I put the uEdit defaults only on these. That's not what he's doing. What he's doing is this. Now he's going edit defaults only. The subclass of a hand controller. Dropping that in there. And now this is the hand controller class. So now he's going to set them both in one spot instead of having to set two. This makes sense. And then boom, there we go. And there. Ooh. That's what he was wanting to do. This should build. Sweet. And now that this is set up on T's subclass of, we should be able to finally set it over here. And see, we're not setting two of them, we're only setting one of them, and we can finally set it to that damn thing I've been trying to set it to. Awesome. Everything should work now. I'm fired up before we continue watching his video. Ah, fuck, it crashed. Exception access violation. What the hell? VR character, line 66. Send and restart. VR character, CPP, line 66. That is right here. Huh. So it wasn't null. We couldn't attach it to the VR root because this is the begin play is happening before the constructor and VR root's not set up yet. This is gonna be a pain in the butt. All right, let's keep watching the video. Let's get back forward to where we were.
Tells you what type coming back will be, and that means that the argument going in here has to be a subclass of that, just so that the casting can work safely. So what we're saying here is that this can be a specialization of the class that we have in our parameter and the class.
Don't forget to save often,
because we know that it implements
we do our best,
and maybe some more.
Sometimes we forget, and then it crashes like that.
Everything it needs to in the C++, so we can talk to it like the C++ class, but it might even do some more like add a mesh on, but we can't rely on that because it could be a different subclass, for example. So let's go ahead and build that, which should mean we get ourselves a new configuration parameter over in the blueprint editor. And let's go ahead and open up our BPVR character again. I closed it while we were filing, hoping that our material base wouldn't get changed, our blinker material wouldn't get changed, but unfortunately it did. So I'm going to have to reset all
yeah,
these things.
He's keeping
the velocity
that stuff on the character. Does it make sense for the... Does it make sense
very annoying
for the character to be doing the teleport stuff?
Soon, material, and then the hand controller class, which can be the BP hand controller class. So we can compile that, save it, go and play in VR, and there we go. I
put it into the controllers.
Working exactly as it was doing before. And let me just show you that if I spawn up and load up my other hand controller, that hand controller is going to show up in the world too. So we've got both hand controllers working as before, but we go over to our world outliner and look for hand controller. You'll notice that they are actually actors now and not components. So we've got hand controller 1 that are children of the BPVR character. They have been childed to it and attached to it. And
so his
in
worked.
other words, they work exactly the same, except
that's an important distinction between his code and my code.
More on them and
so there was on line 66. So when we went to attach it to the root, it exploded. Why? Oh no! Yeah, restore. Oh no! I couldn't restore it. All right, that's fine. Was he attaching it to the VR root in his code?
We can put some logic into that actor that will be true for both.
Let's go
of
back
our
and
hand
check.
Controllers. Let's go ahead and
Attach to component VR root. He only does this if it's not null. We're doing the same thing. They're just kind of flip-flopped. So if we are null, we end. So if we're not null, we continue. We're continuing. He sets the hand second. I don't think that should matter. He attaches to component. VR root attaches like that. Yeah, so I mean, I could do that second, but it really shouldn't matter. VR root is still being set up above, I believe, up here. So my theory is that this isn't actually done yet because begin play might happen before the constructor's called, which I know sounds wild, but I think that's a artifact of doing it in the editor because it's all like here the begin play I think is earlier than if you actually are in a game. If you're in a game, I think it'll call it first. In the I think the constructor would be called first in an actual game instance of it. I would like to see the error message, please. Not going to give me the error message? As soon as I gave up, it popped up for a millisecond. Damn it. Didn't guy beat the hell out of the PC at college because it crashed and he didn't save anything. It was his own fault, but he was mad as hell. Pissed about. So I pulled a lot of stuff out, comparatively.
controller and right controller can't be set up in here. So we're going to have to go ahead and move those into our hand controller actors, where we've now got this its own constructor. So I can create a default sub-object here by copying across. Now obviously it's not just the left controller anymore, it is actually the motion controller.
He got banned.
And we're going to want to, rather than set up attachment, we want to set it as the root of this. So we're going to do a set motion equals that, and pass the hand completion of doing this. Root, no half. The K parent, so our VR pull them, like not the A hand control. So what actually complain at me? Okay, that has fixed it up. And we're going to call this the hand controller class, like so. And then what we want to do is we want to make sure we spawn an instance of this and not the A hand controller. So we go over to the C++ where we are doing the spawning.
I don't have any idea right now.
Is we
Not
can
good.
pass into spawn
Not
actor.
good.
You can probably remember this. as an argument, you can
And
pattern
like it was
the
initially
class that you
launched,
actually
the
want
game
to spawn.
launches
So this
fine
parameter
initially,
here
and then
tells
it
you
breaks.
what the type.
And it's breaking here when it's trying to attach it to the VR root. So I suspect that I strongly suspect that the VR root doesn't exist yet. I strongly suspect that's the case. But my concern is if I do something like VR root, I guess this is OR. My problem is if I do something like this, then it's going to return. This should keep us from crashing. If my we should go ahead and try this. We're going to go ahead and try this. If this keeps it from crashing, then my speculation that VR root being null is correct. But the problem with this is if it stops it from crashing, then this stuff will never ever get set up. Because begin play is only going to be called once. It's going to be called when the game starts. Or when spawned. See. It still crashed. Alright, so that's not why it's breaking. Fascinating. We're gonna wait. Flashboard's... Exception, access violation. In the begin play, line 67. Set owner this. Whoa. Set owner this is what's breaking. Fascinating. I mean, he put in that error here. No, he put it in up here. There was a warning about this. There was 2 warnings about this. There's a warning here. Left controller set owner this. Yeah, it's saying to put that in. In the following lecture, we'll be putting controllers into separate actors. The code in the lecture won't work in 422. You will need to add the set owner to the hand controller actor here. But that's what's breaking. All right, well, let's look this up. UE4 exception access violation. UE5. All right. Started crashing a lot, seemingly randomly, completely unrelated to what I'm doing, but anything. There, I tried UE. Bump is no one experienced this. You will only figure out what is going on if you install debug symbols given the crash is happening inside the editor module. Thank you for the suggestion. I installed debug symbols. I got a more detailed error, but it still looks to be caused by something inside the engine. Yada yada. I got a similar error, but I can't even open my project after this transition to version 25. I didn't understand this error, make a mistake. What it is seems like you have a function in the graph that used a variable reference that does not exist anymore. You've migrated a project without properly cleaning up bad code. Oh. Oh no. This is what happens to you. Is one reason why I avoid creating 100% blueprint projects. I always keep C++ based underneath the blueprint. The fact that the blueprints are not text files, they're binary data, it's very worrisome. Yada yada yada. Okay, I think they're going off on a tangent. I think he gave me something that I think will help. So he said that there might be a bad data in the blueprint. So what I'm speculating is happening is I pulled a bunch of shit out. I think that the blueprint itself is having a reference to something that doesn't exist anymore. Normally it's in here though, because he said it was a blueprint node, and I've seen this happen before. But like all this stuff is removed and been fixed. We come over here and we look in the we don't have any scripts. There's no blueprints, right? Event begin play, actor overlap, event take. There's nothing. There's no scripts. There's nothing, so that's not it. That's not my problem. His problem is not my problem because it doesn't exist here. We jump into the BP hand controller. Take a look around here. We got the variable set. Everything's set, and we check out the construction scripts. Yeah, everything's good here. Everything's all good here. So his issue is not my issue. Fuck is going on? There we go. All right, that sucks. Ugh, damn, that had me hyped because I thought he might be right. Damn. Still think it's going to be something along those lines. This has me nervous, the details pane disappearing. When that happens, it normally means it's corrupted. Not always, but normally. To the point of, I'm going to test it by add blueprint class. This is going to be VR character. Select the VR character 3. This up here. Set this to the hand controller. Blinker. Here we're going to go there. When it's set, save. So that's all set up. Then we jump over to here. And we change this to use the character 3. And like, I have mixed feelings. I don't know if I want this to work or not. I don't know. See, does it break? I'm kind of relieved that it still broke, honestly. Honestly, kind of relieved that it still broke. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Why it's so mad about this? Well, let's try removing it. They said that this was required in version 422 and onward. We're in 5. Maybe it's not required in 5, but I would assume anything that's needed in 422 onward would be required in 5. Oh, excuse me, sorry. But so this is null. Actually. So it was breaking on the VR root being null. But and then we put in the check and then it was breaking on that being null. So maybe we actually need a check on this being null. Which would be wild, I would think. Whoops, we deleted a thing. Yeah. Stop your bitching. Alright, we're gonna flick this back to character 2. Save. And play. I don't know. Damn. So this isn't null, but it's also not working. Huh. I wish we had better debugging. If this fails, then I'm gonna see if I can't debug it. See here. What? I literally removed it. Line 69. What the fuck is going on? Alright, so we're gonna close this down. Sure, save, whatever. Close this down. Then, I think I can put a breakpoint here and use this. I think this will pause there when we get to it. All right, so we're here. Go next. Oh my god. Next, go next. Over, step over, step over. So we got a left controller. Go next. Do we have a VR root? Yeah, VR root is a thing there. All right, go next. That hand. Passing it in left. So if we look at the left controller. Exception thrown. Motion controller is undefined. Then our hand controller. Controller is undefined. So this doesn't have a default. That's what it's mad about. Identifier hand is undefined. Identifier hand is undefined. Whoa, what? It's what's being passed in. E-controller hand. It's being passed in right here. Or wait, what? Being passed in right here. E-controller hand left. This is. What do you mean it's not defined? It's being passed in. So it's saying both motion controller is undefined and the hand is undefined. And it's throwing an access violation. And it's just looping. It's stuck in a loop. Throwing this over and over again. Yeah, it's just stuck. And then eventually this crashes out. Alright. We've identified the problem. I don't understand why. So, I'm gonna... Let's see. Whenever we go back to the refactoring here.
Controllers and controller.
It was up at the front where he was doing that.
Right controller and right controller can't be set up in here, file, down in a private section, and take that over to our C++ file of the hand controller and include it there, which will stop it moaning. Now you'll notice we're setting this to the left hand. That's not actually correct. We shouldn't just
Right,
be setting it to the left hand, should we? We should be setting it to whatever hand we need to set it to. And how do we know which hand we need?
All right, right here, we got create default sub object. In the constructor here, create default sub object, U motion controller, U component, and motion controller. Sweet. All that's the same. All right.
We need to set it to, well, we don't, not in here. So we're going to have to create a public method out here. And I'm going to call it void set hand, like so. And it's going to take a hand, which I can't remember what the type of is just right now. It's easy as if it goes to C++, there, character. Okay, it's the E controller hand. We'll do an E controller hand. Called hand is what it's going to take. And
perimeter hand can be made constant. Sure. All right, so I moved it out of the header. I moved it out of here. So it's no longer in the header file, which is more in line with how we generally do things, but he made an exception to do this one in the header file. So I've removed that exception. We're no longer doing this in the header.
Do it here, which does mean I have to bring the include of my motion control component up a level. We'll see why in just a second. But I'm going to include the motion control component up in the header file, because then I can say motion controller, which is a variable down here. Motion controller arrow and is just equal to the hand.
Whenever he went down there, was there anything special about that?
Yeah, include of my motion control component up a level. We'll see why in just a second.
I don't think so, but
I'm going to include the motion
just to double check.
Up in the header
It was saying it wasn't declared, so if he's
I
like,
can say motion controller.
give me some sort of declaration down below. He's not. He's not doing visible anywhere. Yep, all the same. All right, well let's see if this fixes it. We pulled it up a bit. That might fix it. I'm gonna go ahead and fire it off through the debugger again. That way, if we get a different error, we can see what the error is. Alright. So it's actually factually dying in the set hand previously. So we're going to step into this. Hand is set. What the hell does this mean? I don't know what this means. Continue? Hi, Savvy. Hi. Copy details. Well, these aren't any details. What in the hell? Huh. I don't know. How many times we gotta click continue? I have no idea. Not doing this here, right? This isn't something we can do. Yeah, this isn't something we can do. Cut that out. I mean, maybe. Maybe. Wait. I think ideally it doesn't matter the order you run these in, but maybe it does. This stream might end with us submitting a forum post. Might be how this one goes. Move this breakpoint up a little bit closer. Put it up to there. Fire it off. Set owner work. The set owner works. Can we set the hand now? No. Okay. That owner wasn't working before. Let's run it in this order. Do we need to have a root this tournament? Roller's off? Like what the hell? That'd be a wild bug. We set the owner. We did the attach. Everything's going fine. It's literally we just can't. Wait. Yeah, we just can't set the hand. Yeah. UE5, a hand controller. That hand. So what's weird is the exception thrown in the head-mounted display DLL. That's what's weird. Access violation. We actually hit a game dev TV post. We actually hit the link to that lecture. Does incognito? It does. Wait. We need an incognito tag.
We're going to be
what? What? Hold up. No, Discord. Discord would be better. I gotta send this Rockin' Hawk and see if this works. Actually, I can send it to you guys. What happens if you click on that link? That link I wouldn't think would work, but it seems to. And if it does work, can you go look at other things? Like, can you go look at the other videos? What is Seth Mullen Construction, and what is it doing related to all this stuff? I can watch other videos in that link. You can? Yeah, what is up with that course cost money? What the hell? Why is that a thing? Thanks for the free vids. What the fuck is going on? Dude, Alright, so I don't know why this is breaking. I don't know why that link works. And then gives you what else can you do? Can you get to other courses from that link? Is this just a bug in all their stuff? Hold up. All right, now we're debugging Game Dev TV's website. All right, we've got more important things to do. My course not working? Who gives a shit? Or my program not working? I don't care about that. It's old news. All right, so if I go to all courses, we're just gonna pick a random course, load. Let's see here. In case this works for you, you might like using Unity RPG, right? That sounds way better. Okay, so I'm gonna predict that if I send you, because then it's a better language and you're making an RPG. This sounds like 10 times better, right? All right, so I'm gonna predict that this link doesn't work. So actually, I guess let me go to. Are they authenticating it in the link? Is that what they're doing? Because I just opened it in incognito. Does this work? Is the link authenticating the videos? Is like this here like my user ID or something? Game Dev TV should have spent some time at website TV. Yeah, oh, yeah, what if they don't have any auth? Holy. Oh my god. Maybe I can get a side gig. Hey, Game Dev TV, I found out that you guys don't have any authentication on any of your shit. This is just a random number, and they're hoping that you can't. Dude, we can get access to all of them. We just got to change this number around. All right, what happens if we just go here? That changes it directly to. All right. So this course right here. Shut up, video. We're on to something else here. All right, we're beyond you. So this has an ID in it, right? And when I put that ID in, if you look quickly, it's gonna redirect. This has got a redirect set up behind the scenes. See, watch, it redirects to PUnity RPG, and then it says, hey, you've got to buy this. You don't own this. So what if? Oh my God, what if this is just like a soft redirect? What if I just put lectures on the end? Does this work? Sorry, we couldn't find that page. All right, does this work? No, that doesn't work. So you have to figure, if I open up Fiddler, does it show me what's happening behind the scenes? Does it show me like the number somewhere? Yeah, shut up, Fiddler, come on. I'm more interested in this now. This is 10 times better. First ID is probably the course ID, and the second is the video ID. Yes, yeah, that's exactly what's up, Rockin' Hawk. You can stream our stuff, just don't make us look bad. Shinny, hold my beer. You want to get a JavaScript job? Shut up, doggy. She's screaming at me. Oh God, the camera froze. Oh, there, it's back. All right, Fiddler is just taking forever. Fiddler just being a butthead. All right, there, it's up. Yeah. So it's clearly. I guess maybe I didn't even need Fiddler. Hold up. We also want Control F12. Where's this at? Where's my dev tools at? Is it not Control F12? Am I that washed up? Do I not know how to open up dev tools? Effect? This isn't what I want. All right, well, never mind. I can't get a job anywhere. All right, dog, go outside. Go. Oh my God, how did I not tell you guys that some weirdos stole our gutters? Just F12? Just F12. Is it over here? I thought Control F12 broke it out. And all right, come on. Where's the breakout button? This? No, we're not simulated. This is the breakout button. Breakout. What out? Come on. Thought you meant inspect. Yeah, this is the sources, the network. This is all stuff that I want. Fiddler, you're up. Remove all. All right, so if we reload this page, anywhere in here does it show that ID? I don't think so, because that's going to happen on the backhand side, right? That's not going to happen on the front end. That would be crazy talk. I want it to be on the front side. I want to see this ID somewhere. What the hell's all this crap? There's so much shit here. Blocked by client. Facebook? What the hell is Facebook do? It did a request to Facebook from here. Blocked by the client because I have ad block and oh no, I bet you DuckDuckGo blocked this. Good job, DuckDuckGo. These bastards trying to collect something. Huh. Yeah, I don't see anything that's showing. Oh, wait, hold up. 45216. Maybe. We go back a couple pages. Damn it. Unity RPG. Is this the Unity RPG? This is. All right, so we're looking for 637539. We're looking for this somewhere in here. Holy shit, it's down here. It's in the URL. Oh my God. Does that mean if I go courses, I want to go to a course I don't own. I don't own this beginner Blender bundle. We're on this page. Go to F12. It's halfway down in one of the scripts. Two above styles. We're going about this wrong. We want to look for course-URL. Holy shit. Fuck. Close, but no cigar. All right, hold up. I'm not. I'm not done trying yet. Did your neighbor get theirs stolen too? Yes, they did. Yeah, so stolen is... It's not hyperbole. Is it hyperbole? Exaggeration. It's an exaggeration. That's a big ass number. But in effect, yes. Oh wait. No, it's courses. Oh, it's not P. It's not P. It's courses. All right, so we change this. Courses. Damn you. Couldn't find that They're going for security through obscurity. We can just write a bot. And they're just like 1, 2, 3. God. And then as soon as you get one hit, you're good. You only need one hit. I don't know why Hawk got them. Hawk, did you send a link? Oh, sorry, that was me. Didn't think you needed them. Crazy, like not putting your content behind auth. Did your neighbor get theirs stolen too? Yep. I was trying to learn to be a metal vocalist, and they said I needed better gutturals. It's game.tv/courses/ID. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, so I did figure that out on my own. It took me a minute, but yeah, it's courses, the ID, and then it's lectures, another ID. What is Fedora Teachables? If we search for lecture, we get that on here anywhere? Data complete lectures ID data school. Data school ID 45216. I've seen that number somewhere else, right? Autoplay lectures, oh my gosh. Maybe we could, there's something in here to like just get it to auto load. PayPal enabled, true. We're just gonna turn this to false. False. There. Can't use PayPal anymore. Timed out for the URL. Yeah, here. We can go permit, unless you like changed it somehow. Oh, I'm typing in the wrong spot. Oh, yeah. So I can see. Oh, then you removed it. I see. So I think that only permits for like a minute. Yeah. URLs auto get blocked. So I was gonna send them a link to this stream, but then it turns into me trying to hack them. Because I was gonna be like, hey, I can't figure out this problem. Can you guys look at my code? And here's the stream of me looking at it. But then it turned into, holy shit, your stuff doesn't have auth on it. Which, I mean, they need to know this, right? Like, so they're just going for a. If I inspect this. Is there anything in here that has lectures in it? Canonical link. There's a canonical link. They're totally just going for obscurity through security through obscurity. This is a different link. Where does this link go? This takes us to here. Why is that? Why was this in here? Oh, it's in the references because it's in the resource maybe. No, it's not. What the why? What the hell is this link doing around? All right, whatever. File picker. Notes for 420. But my free content! I think this turned out better than it could have. It was just, alright. Yeah. I mean... Completed lecture IDs. Does it show incomplete lecture IDs? If it shows incomplete lecture IDs, we might be on to something. What are all these? Completed. There's 2 completed lectures? Completed lecture IDs up here. And then there's another one down here. These are different. Is this all my courses? Oh shit, it shows my name. They're just showing my shit in plain text over here. What the hell? This is hilarious. Does it have my password in plain text? What the fuck? Like... Huh. Well, I don't know how to get the lectures out of it. I really want to figure it out. But I don't think... Maybe they don't expose that. But still, just all you need is a link. So that... Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll send them another support ticket and be like, hey... Just so you know, you have 0 authentication going on. Don't worry that you're breaking TOS in some way. Yeah, I had that thought, but I thought if I don't recognize it, then it'll be fine. So initially, it didn't come to my mind. It was only until like right now, once things slowed down, whenever I stopped making progress, and I started thinking clearly. But I mean, all I'm doing, look, anyone can do what I'm doing. I haven't done anything that's hacky yet. Because on any website, you can go to it and hit F12, and you can look at the source code. It's not my fault that in the source code they are exposing shit. Unless, like, you could argue that since my intent is to crack it, that that maybe you can make an intent argument. Gotta make an educated, quick, be smart. I mean, already, the fact that this all stemmed because a Game Dev TV post showed up when I was in incognito mode on a Google search, and I was like, wait, what? Does this actually work? And it did. So... Oh, shit. Alright, hold up. I got another angle. Alright, so if we go to here, we look at this. This is notes for 422 or whatever. Okay, sure. That's the name of it. We look at this. Nothing. Jesus Christ. Alright, there's nothing here, really. What is this? All this stuff. There's so much stuff. Alright. Well, my thought was... Okay. It's not loading. We have internet. If we have things that load. Alright. Take me home. Alright, so... Beginner blended bundle. Alright. What if I just go like... Game Dev, TV, Beginner, Blender, Tutorial, Note. What does this do? And then, cause see, the Google crawl bots found the link. That's why we were able to get there. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, we're not on Google. The DuckDuckGo crawl bots got there because we're not on Google. All right. Speaking of which, let's go to Google. All right. Boom. That's the fucking stream. Goodbye. Have a great night. I'm out. Oh, man. Oh, my God. All right. Oh, dude. I better bookmark this link. How'd you do it? I didn't do anything. I don't know what you're talking about. I literally did nothing. You'll just have to check the VOD. I don't know what to tell you. No, I just Googled something. I just Googled like Game Dev TV Blender course, and then I put in the quotes lecture. Because if you put in quotes lecture, then the Google search has to have the word lecture in it, and we know that lecture is the keyword in the URL. That if it has that, then it has the ID, and it returned it. I used SEO. I tried to target the video as hard as I could through SEO, and I got it. Unbelievable. What a... I might not be able to get my damn game to work, but I have access to all your videos, so, you know, you tell me. I just Googled it, all right? I didn't do any hacking. I Googled. Google said, hey, bro, this is the webpage you're looking for. And I was like, wow, that is the webpage I'm looking for. ID number. No, I'm just kidding. Well, that's pretty hilarious. I'm going to go play some League of Legends now because that's how you... Like, I'm relaxed right now. I'm not stressed out at all. And I just want to, like, you know... ruin my evening, because that's what we do. Let's go ahead and figure out who we're raiding out to. It's unbelievable. And I guess I better send them a message, another one, because that's kind of a problem if you ask me. I don't think they should. Dude, why don't they check your user token? One, if you're not logged, all they got to do. First off, since they require you to buy a course to be on their webpage, they could simply say if you're not logged in, you don't get there. They could do that. That would block out most people. And then, I mean, so that's not even putting in authentication. That's just them, like, cheating it to like, break it. Or, like, to stop it, kind of. That's like a stopgap that'll hit, like, most people. But apparently, if you... No, that doesn't work. Because, right? Like, Rock and Hawk, after I sent you the video... Oh, no, could you just watch the videos and you were watching them without making an account? Or did you make an account? I guess it'll stop it both ways. Yeah, if they make it so that you have to have an account, it'll stop that. At the very least. At the very least, they can just check that, make sure you have an account. And then that would guarantee you bought at least one course. But, yeah, and then they could check that your account has access to it. Because clearly right now they're not checking your account at all. I made an account, but you hit it in incognito too. Yeah. That's why I was confused. I was like, is it in my session? Is there something else going on here? Are they checking my IP address? Like, what the hell? Like, why? Like, surely they have some sort of check, right? Like, they're just not letting any random Google bot crawler just come across their website, right? Like, I could have saved a lot of money. Well, shit. This has been a really fun stream. Like for real, this has been hilarious. So, Uncle B has requested I make him a Twitter bot to retweet stuff, and he sent me his Python. I don't know Python, but he tried to do it in Python, and he sent me what he's got. And I just Googled C# Twitter bot, and I got something off GitHub that was free that does it. So initially this stream I was gonna try to do that for him, but since I'm just gonna pull something off of the internet and it should work, I decided that we would go ahead and keep working on this project, which we'll be doing again on Monday. Monday's the general programming stream day. This Monday I didn't feel like doing it, and then Wednesday I also didn't feel like doing it, so we punted it twice. And I can't not do it for a full week, right? Because if I don't do it for the whole week, then I won't do it next week, right? I don't know. That's just like something I'm pretty confident is a true statement. Like if I go a whole week without doing it, then it'll be forever lost in the ether. So that's why we did it today. But yeah, Monday we'll be doing this some more, and then Wednesday and Friday we're normally playing games. Can you make a bot that just goes around Twitter screaming at follow for follow people? If you have a way to identify follow for follow people, then yes. You could, but I mean, they might just block the bot. What the hell is this guy playing? Oh, this guy's playing Saifu. More hacking? No more. Not. I don't think so. What if I didn't do anything? I didn't do it. My greedy side is like, how can I send them a message where they pay me for this information? No, I'll see. Fuck you. But it's not worth it. I like them a lot. I like their content and what they got going on. Back in my day, when I first followed game dev, it was just one guy, and his name was Ben Tristram. And he built this whole thing on his own, and it's been kind of cool watching him hire on other people to teach, like Sam, the guy who's doing the lecture that we're following right now. That's not the original dude. In fact, Sam started initially when he first started. They were both doing the same videos, and so it was like Ben was like mentoring him on how to be a video instructor, and then Sam was tasked with redoing Ben's stuff in newer versions. And now when they hire on people, they tend to have them redo their older content. And they've got like a psychology guy now who like has courses on. He's the one that does most of the 3D rendering courses, as well as he's got like a couple motivational courses or whatever on there, which is just kind of cool that like they're branching out. And then like they've hired on teachers assistants. They actually offered me a job on that, but I didn't check my email, and so they filled it just because they saw how active I was in the chats on some of the forums. But like I'll be active for like a couple months, and then I just like fall off because I run out of time. Things happen, life happens. Yeah, I just missed that a little bit. But yeah, so they've got a whole shebang going, and it's pretty sweet. I think it's pretty cool. So I definitely want them to fix their shit, and that's too damn funny. That's just too damn funny. All right, do we send it to semi-functional B? I think we just went to Uncle B though on Wednesday. Main volley, Raymond. We can go to Raymond. Oh. All right, now it's time to download Lost Ark. No. Hey, Rockin' Hawk, have you played Satisfactory? That seems like a game you'd like. Let's go ahead and raid out to Raymond. So at the very least, you can see it. And I like Raymond. So I've only gone over there a couple times. Raimen. Raymond. Satisfactory. All right, let's hook you guys up with a cool guy doing cool guy stuff, and let's see what he's got built up. Oh yeah, I think we've talked about it actually. Now that I think about it a little bit, because I think me, you, and Max talked about it. Anyways, this was a wild ride. Holy shit, that was super cool. See you guys on Monday, I guess. Yeah, take care.